Hollywood is showing no signs of slowing down its assembly line production of films rebooted from notable 80s and 90s properties. Space Jam and House Party were recently rebooted. We have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie coming later this summer. However, before that, we get White Men Can't Jump starring Sinqua Walls and Jack Harlow, a movie that's admittedly a humorous basketball comedy, but at the same time, a pretty bad White Men Can't Jump remake. So let's get into it.
Buckets. What? Just wanted to see if you had superhuman hearing because of your... Because my what?
What's up out there, everybody? Thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. I'm Anthony DeJoya. This is Movies Never Say Die. Consider hitting that like button if you do end up liking this review, and if you enjoy this content, maybe hit the subscribe button and you can catch all of my new 80s and 90s themed videos when they are released. I also did late last year a review on the original White Men Can't Jump from 1992. I'll leave that pinned at the end of the video and down in the comments below for you guys to check out if you're interested. Now let's get into this new White Men Can't Jump. To be honest with you guys, after watching the trailer and as a huge fan of the original film, I had little excitement or expectations for this remake. I did go in with an open mind, and admittedly there are more effective laughs than I thought there would be, and I actually did enjoy the chemistry between Walls and Harlow. They are a fun duo in this movie. So when all was said and done, I actually ended up enjoying this movie much more than I was expecting to. I think both Walls and Harlow put their own unique spin on these characters. They aren't even named the same as the original film, and you can slightly sense the inspiration from the original in Wall's performance, but much more from Jack Harlow, as he frequently channels Harrelson's Billy Hoyle, just to a lesser effect. And this version certainly does tell its own story. It gives its two leads almost completely new character arcs. Sinqua Walls as Kamal deals with a lot of the same issues that Snipes' Sidney Dean had to go through in the original. These new story layers are fine, but they are also a bit routine as well, and that was an issue with this storyline overall. It feels like just a patchwork of plug-and-play character dynamics and plot beats with moderate inspiration of the original and just a splash of unique. The basketball, for the most part, is nicely shot. It's nothing near the level of intensity and visual appeal that the original delivered, but for the needs of this movie, I think it does work, and it does get the energy up. The on-court action is able to cut up the story progression well to give the movie a solid pace overall, and the performances from Wall and Harlow aren't bad at all, and they actually do work well together, but they do have some big shoes to fill in capturing what Harrelson and Snipes did back in the 90s. So all in all, this is a slightly above average basketball comedy. However, the title of this movie is White Men Can't Jump, and it clearly borrows from the original, so it has to be critiqued as a remake, and that is where this movie starts to decline immensely. Primarily missing is the summer atmosphere of the West Coast street ball culture and just hustling. This is because those routine character arcs we mentioned earlier end up consuming way too much of the runtime. The original brought the Stookie Brothers angle and the charisma of Gloria trying to win Jeopardy. These were such unique and fun elements, but at the same time, they kind of felt grounded and realistic, and these subplots were able to blend with the basketball plotting and the comedic writing and the friendship between Dean and Hoyle perfectly, and all of this together and the charm that they delivered in that original film was just missing from this movie. And also, it must be noted, Rosie Perez was such a huge part of the original success, and her character in this version was so basically written, it's just sad. I mean, there are some familiar locations that were cool to see, but many of the callbacks to the 92 classic just kind of felt tacked on, showing this movie would have been much better off with its own title than just being its own thing. So in the end, while I did enjoy White Men Can't Jump as a remake, I'm being favorable by giving it a solid C. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Don't forget to give this video a like if you did. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a video when it's released. Let me know what you guys thought of this movie or the original if you've seen either one. Also, don't forget to check out my review of the original White Men Can't Jump down in the comments if you're interested. And until the next video, movies never say die.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there.
Flag a war. You gotta become war.
I suppose we have to register you as a lethal weapon.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?